Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Man Takes Shoes Out of Box, the episode where I take a pair of shoes out of a box and tell you what I think of them. Today we are talking about these, the Nike SB Dunk Low Futura. And this is the latest in a storied lineage of collaborations between Nike and Leonard McGurr, aka Futura. So let's start off by recapping the release. These came out back on the Futura Laboratories website via raffle on May the 15th, select skate shops on May the 18th, and then there was a global Nike Sneakers app release on the 22nd. We here in the UK actually had a sneaky restock as well of something like 2,000 pairs. Numbers were apparently very limited on this release. Something like 35k to 40k pairs were apparently produced, meaning these are sort of in the same sort of range as the SB Jarritos from last year and other really coveted quick strike releases. Now let's talk a little bit about Leonard McGurr, aka Futura. He is one of graffiti's true trendsetters. He hails from New York and has been doing graffiti since the 70s. Futura became very famous in the graffiti scene for his abstract interpretations and his very intricate line work. He's one of the guys that really helped to legitimize the art of graffiti and take it from a nuisance act to something truly artistic. Because graffiti culture and sneaker culture are both big parts of street culture, the coming together of these two entities makes for a very impactful collab. Futura's first collaboration came back in 2003 on a Nike Pro SB Dunk Low. The colorway's pretty simple, pretty low key. You've got a mixture of gray suede and blue leather, black mesh paneling on the mid panels, and this contrast white swoosh. It's a very nice pair and very collectible and very expensive in today's resale market if you can find a pair in really good condition. In 2004, we get the Dunkel SB Dunk Highs. Uncle was a music ensemble group led by James Lavelle, and Futura was the visual director creating album artwork for the group. But the shoe is controversial because in a 2005 documentary called Sneakerheads, Futura revealed that he had no input in the shoe, telling the documentary the following: Dunkel, which everybody goes crazy over, I see a posting of a Dunkel daily on Instagram. It's a shoe which is pretty much like a Futura shoe, with the Uncle characters that I created for Mo Wax Records in the 90s, and I never really liked it. I don't want to blow up the spot and say it was completely unauthorized, but it was a little bit like, oh, you're doing it. Oh, okay. You know, thanks for asking me. Make of that what you want. These also go for crazy money in the resale market, and I think a little bit of the controversy that I've just spoken about sort of adds to that desirability for them from a collector's perspective. In 2005, he created another collaboration with Nike. These are known as the Floms, or the For the Love of Money SB Dunk Highs, and there were only 24 pairs of these produced. More importantly, only 3 pairs of these were actually raffled out to the general public. 21 pairs of these were simply passed around to friends and family. As a result, these are very seldom seen on the resale market. And pairs of these have sold at auction for as much as $63,000 going back to 2020. And then finally, we have the Futura and Off-White collaboration going back to 2019. These sneakers were first previewed in 2019 ahead of Off-White's 2020 Spring-Summer Plastic collection and never released to the public. There was something like 8 pairs of each of these colorways made. They were auctioned off on Sotheby's with proceeds going to the Virgil Abloh Foundation. So as you can see, Futura has a lot of street cred, having come up alongside artists such as Basquiat or Herring, integral in legitimizing the graffiti scene and bringing together aspects of his arts with sneaker culture and skate culture. Throw in some controversy, a little bit of high fashion collaboration, friends and family pairs selling for tens of thousands of dollars on the resale market. All of that has come to the fore for this particular collaboration right here. And when you break these things open, the first thing that you are struck by is just this really exciting, bright, vibrant colorway and this really interesting abstract artwork. Now, according to Futura himself, a little bit of the inspiration for this shoe came from the Paris SBs.
This particular SB at the moment we're here for, it's a kind of an answer to the Paris Dunk, a beautiful model in the history of SB designs. My mindset was, well, I would really love to see one of my paintings on the shoe. These are paintings from the 80s, Eric.
The Paris SBs came out back in 2003, right around the time Futura's first SB came out, and they featured artwork on the upper by legendary artist Bernard Buffet. These also, of course, were incredibly rare. Something like 200 pairs were made available, and they go for crazy money on the resale market, as we all know. And so the inspiration for this design, this motif on the upper, comes from Futura's own artwork. Now, in terms of the signature details, and there are a few signatures or tags, you can see the tag on the back heel quarter. The same tag features on the top of the tongue label and also underneath on the outsole, just beneath the Nike logo. You also get the same tag featuring on the insoles, as well as some Nike and Futura Laboratories co-branding. The materials are predominantly canvas, and you also get this sort of textile material on the mid panels and on the toe box. The same sort of textile mesh features on the tongue, and then you get a slightly softer mesh on the inside of the tongue and a softer cotton material around the ankle collar. And you also get a suede green swoosh, and then a little bit of red around the lace eyelet on the top. They come with two sets of laces. The laces that come with these installed are really cool in my opinion. They've got this nice sort of aqua green touch to the laces as they feature laced up down the bottom, and then they sort of transition into this lighter blue color. The other set that you get included are in this sort of lavender or light purple color, and from what I've seen online, these do go pretty hard in these as well. All in all, the quality and the construction of the shoe is really good in my opinion. The materials feel nice, the stitching looks really clean, the build quality is pretty decent. I am a fan of the colorway and the artwork. In terms of the fits, I found these actually quite nice. I do think they run true to size like most of the modern day SBs. If you do like a little bit of extra room in the toe box or a bit more forgiveness in the forefoot, half size up, as you might with normal SB sizing these days. Comfort wise, I found them fine, absolutely no dramas. Look, SBs aren't the most comfortable shoes out there if you're comparing them to some New Balance or Asics runners, but they do feel fine. Right, so let's talk a little bit about the resale, because I'm sure some of you guys might be watching this thinking, man, should I pull the trigger? Is now the time? Should I just give up on these? So I put a bid out there on StockX after the most recent restock. Like I told you guys, I put the bid out there for something like £325, meaning after fees, I paid £366 for these all in, which is pretty close to 400 bucks. Oh no. Shit, I just bought another pair. I was trying to, you know, when you're on the app and you want to review the bid and see how much it's going to cost all in with fees. Well, I did that. And then when I placed my phone down, I must have knocked it and then confirmed the order. So bro, I just bought another pair of Futuras, US 10.5, £395. So, oh, bro. Hang on, can I cancel? Bro, you can't even cancel. Right, so are these overrated or not? I get it, some of you guys out there are gonna be saying, bro, those sneakers are not worth £400, they're not worth 450 bucks, forget about it, they're massively overrated. But I personally don't think they're overrated. I think they do hit really nicely in hands. They feel really good on foot. It's an exciting, bright, vibrant colorway, almost like the ideal shoe for summer. I think the legend and the history behind Futura Labs and Nike make these a really awesome sneaker for collectors. And it's not often that you can get a really cool, exciting colorway mixed together with an exciting collaborative partner that comes together in such a nice way as these do. And so personally, I don't think they're overrated, although if they do end up going for like £600 or £700 in a couple of years time, which I think they well might, then you might have a stronger case to justifiably call these overrated. But as they are now, I think they're rated just fine. And those are my thoughts. The Futura Lab SB Dunk Lows. Is this the best SB of the year so far? I think so. Is this the best sneaker of the year so far? I don't know. They are up there, at least for me anyway. What do you guys think? Is this your best SB of the year? Is this up there for you for sneaker of the year? Feel free to let me know. And as always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. Don't forget to like it before you bounce, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.